Morning, it's June 7th and I am documenting my garden growth. This is my spinach. I need to get in there and pick some of that so that it doesn't bolt on me. It'll keep growing spinach from the inside. I got a couple of marigolds in this bed. Those are some beets that I started a couple of weeks ago. And then this is 2 different kinds of onions that I have growing, along with some marigolds in this bed. Over here I have a pepper plant, and I haven't planted anything else here. I'm going to plant some more beans, but I'm doing it kind of in rotation. And you can see that the beans that I planted about a week ago now are starting to come up here. I'm going to have a couple around the base of this plant. And this is my little cherry tomato that Joni sent me for my sister. I'm not sure that little guy's gonna make it. Looks like it's got a break in the stem right there. So hopefully it'll make it. If not, then she won't have any cherry tomatoes this year. Here's another kind of onion that I have growing in this bed. And then I have romaine, the burgundy, as well as the regular romaine lettuce. Then I have leaf lettuce. I have butter crunch, because those are going to be pulled up at some point here in the future when the weather gets too hot. I've also planted a couple of basil and some marigolds. I have some green pepper plants at Bonnie Green Bell, and got some nice flowers that are starting to come out on those. I'll put a taller stake in those in a little while. Some more marigold. I have thyme, cilantro, time to make salsa, and some parsley. This bed again is going to be a ground crop bed. There's 2 green pepper plants here. These are jalapeno plants, and the one that was in the planter over there is a habanero. So these are more beets. I've got to plant these this weekend, these beds. Over to my tomato beds. This is my sister's cherry tomato, little guy. Hopefully he makes it. This is another one that my sister gave me. I've got an eggplant. I have another tomato. I apologize. That is the habanero. I kept it separate so I would remember where they were. Early girl tomato plant here, and right behind it, that's a mammoth tomato. And we have 2 more that my sister gave me that she started from seed. So those are coming along. They're starting to take root and get ready for the soil. I will mulch this bed after they get going a little bit more, and when it starts to get hot. This is another planting bed. I have some pickling cukes and some more lettuce. I'm going to plant some green beans in here so that those will grow up and hopefully shield the lettuce, and I can have lettuce a little bit later into the season. And then is my last bed. I am trying celery this year. So we got some celery stalks coming up. And Swiss chard. Swiss chard gets the sun first, so again that'll probably go away, and then the celery will get much more sun. We have some more beets, and then this is my kale crop. So the kale will also shade the beets as well as that. So that's my garden this year. I went to raised gardens, so it's a little bit easier for me to get to, kind of at waist height. Those were my old planting beds, and as you can see, I've broken down quite a few of them. The trees had gotten to the point where they were shading these back beds too much, and I wasn't getting any sun in them. So I will clean those up and put in some grass. So that is the garden for this year. I'm really liking the new high raised beds, and hopefully they'll do well for me.